Pinot Noir is a red wine grape from the Burgundy region in France. The name means black pine in French. This is because the grape looks a lot like a pine cone, and they are also very dark. Pinot Noirs are grown around the world, but it is a hard grape to cultivate. It only thrives in cool temperatures, and they grow in tight clusters, which make them vulnerable to diseases. Also, the grapes need a lot of care at all times because their skins are rather thin, so they need to be handled carefully in order to prevent damage to the wine. Pinot Noirs are a little unpredictable, in the sense that they don't produce consistent wines like Cabernets and Merlots. However, one of the best qualities about Pinot Noir is that it can be paired with pretty much any kind of food, because it has a much lighter taste than other classic red wines. Pinot Noir can be paired perfectly with a nice pork tenderloin as well as a juicy roasted salmon. In other words, it is very versatile, kind of like my guest today, Mr. Glenn Hicks. Glenn is a very talented drummer and singer from Redding, California. He's been very active in the music scene for many years, and he currently plays with the renowned bands in the Reno area like the popular group Kick and Soundwave. The wine that I picked for our chat is the 2016 Pinot Noir from Murphy Goode Winery in Sonoma. They describe it as very charismatic in the glass that can be a finicky double in the vineyard. Winemaker David Reddy Jr. points out that the cool weather where this wine grows keeps the Pinot grapes at a perfect balance between a full dark fruit character and a bright acidity. My name is Tammy Tam Tam, and today we'll enjoy a nice glass of Pinot Noir with the very talented, very versatile, and very charismatic Mr. Glenn Hicks. Coming up next on today's episode of Glass of Wine.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for being here, my friend Glenn. Glenn with two N's, by the way.
Yeah.
In for
Pleasure.
no hole, right?
Yeah, this is a fortuitous occasion.
Fortuitous, very nice.
It is,
You're always very eloquent with your words.
Like we're just sitting here, yeah.
So,
always nice to sit with you.
Oh, likewise, Glenn. I've known you for a while.
Yeah.
We were supposed to start a band back in the day, and it kind of fell apart, and we kind of went in different directions, but
that was just circumstances,
circumstances
beyond
our control.
I know. No, yeah, we shot photos. I was into it. I was looking forward to it.
We had names and everything.
And just the way that we can be people, so a meshing of all that. I was ready to go. I love those pictures. I still look at them and go, that's a handsome band right there.
Yeah.
That could have been. It was what could have been.
What could have
and
been.
I kind of still dig that.
Yeah.
Because it could have been.
Anyway, should have been. But you know what? We can't change the past.
No.
And we can't worry about the future. We're just going to be in the now right now.
There you go.
With Glass of Wine. And again, I'm Tammy Tam Tam. This is Glenn Hicks.
Yeah.
With two N's.
Be here, yeah.
And you're a drummer. You're a drummer,
I am,
singer.
yeah.
And may I ask how you got started in the business?
I took a liking to drums at a very early age. I think I was about 7 or something.
Wow, so you were really little.
Yeah, growing up in Las Vegas. I remember watching Saturday morning television, growing up in Las Vegas, and seeing this show called Kicks. Get Your Kicks or something. It was Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Oh my goodness.
And also the Banana Splits and La 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 La. A British TV show, I think. And other shows like it. And
that inspired you?
Yes, and seeing and just being enamored and mesmerized by by the drummer for the Monkees and his little sparkle drum kit. It really comes down to that. It just came down to
Do you have a sparkle drum
visual.
kit?
I've had several. I'm sparkly. Yeah.
You're sparkly, you're shining so bright.
Yeah.
I need glasses on.
But anyway, it
started
there. It just started there, and just kind of listening to the radio your whole life, and I remember that, listening to that late 60s, early 70s radio.
There's certain songs that stuck out in your mind.
Oh, many certain songs.
What was your first gig that you got paid
I'll
professionally?
name a couple. I'll name you a couple songs if you like. All Right Now, Paul Rogers and Smokey Robinson, Tears of a Clown. Those two, I swear to gosh, those two songs I remember hearing those guys sing those songs, Paul Rogers especially, and just I'll say that, I know we're interviewing. I found it spoke to me. There was a sexuality in Paul's voice. And I'm 7 years old, and something about
So you got a little Woody going on?
Well, wasn't it not?
How old were you, 7?
There was a sexuality in his delivery, in who he was, and how his throat, the timbre of his voice. Obviously, All Right Now, Free, which
Right.
later became Bad Company, and Smokey.
Wow.
And the tears of a clown.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember hearing that stuff, and just something
Right.
ticked in me to go, that's moving me. That's
wow,
resonating.
That moves me.
It's resonating.
So what was your first paying gig? Yeah.
Oh gosh, good question.
And how much did you make?
I have to think. Oh yeah. My family moved to Redding, California in 1973. I was 13 then, and continued to do things. And first paying gig, I joined a band, some bands there. I don't know. We played a lot of clubs and stuff. I think I was about 19 or 20,
Okay.
and made.
So not old enough to drink yet, but being able to play in
Yeah,
bands.
there was a club called Docks in Reading, Sky Room, and it became a very popular little local night spot club.
And what kind of music did you play? What was the name of the band?
All kinds, all kinds. I joined some band that I don't remember the name of. They were all older than me. But I'm getting back to your question about what did I make, and I think I remember being thrilled to be paid a couple $100 at the end of a whole week.
Wow.
We did the whole week, and here,
And that's what
Glenn.
you expect a night now, right? Performing. As an
Yeah,
older
yeah.
man.
Well, expect like we get that. Yeah. Damn it, give it to me. Here's your $20. I'll take it.
And wine helps. Wine
Yeah,
helps.
yeah.
Yes.
Boy, does it ever.
That chin chin. So I wanted to ask you another question too. If you were on a deserted island and you had your iPod with you and you only had 5 songs to sustain you, what would be those 5 songs? And they don't have to be in the order of your favorites.
I would call my mom. 5 songs on a desert island. Oh, that's a good one.
That you couldn't live without.
Oh gosh, I didn't prepare for that.
Do you need more wine?
Yeah, there's so many. Gosh, good question. This is the stumper always when people ask this one. I like Sting.
Oh, I'm a huge fan.
Steely Dan. Maybe I'd take something from Steely Dan. It would. Here's the answer to that question. It would be something from my youth more than anything almost now.
You know, it's interesting that you say that. I was reading that we retain songs more so when we're 17 and 18
we're
than
sponges.
we do when we're younger than that and older.
Yeah.
We, for some reason, our brains, as they're developing, you remember songs like in the 80s more so than you remember songs that you hear today.
60s, 70s even. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, you sponge it up. And you're impressionable, and so that gets imbued in you, and you internalize that stuff.
It totally.
Now there's so much. We enjoy music now, but we're older and we're a little more guarded about things. And there's
older and wiser.
The industry's like a glut. Yeah, we're older and wiser. There's so much.
And again, wine helps.
What is the word? We're flooded now with so much stuff. So it's
especially
like now we just go
media, especially with the digital media.
When we were young, we took this stuff in, so much.
Right.
It's good wine.
All good things come to us if we let it, right? Kind of like a good song. And kind of like a song when you hear it for the first time, you're not sure, but then the more you keep hearing it, you're hearing the words more per se. And you wonder what the meaning is. Kind of like I'm a huge fan of Seal.
Yeah, me too. Oh,
and
I'm with you.
I always wondered what his words meant. And I think they interviewed him one time and they said that, or he said that his words mean whatever means to you, like it's open up to interpretation.
Right.
And which I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes,
and
correct. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, that's the cool thing where it's put out that way. It's espoused that way. Interpret it as you like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the book of Psalms.
That's the magic.
It goes back to the Bible. The book of Psalms means songs. Those are songs.
Yes,
Did
correct.
You know that?
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that resonates.
It does resonate.
This woman knows what she's talking about. She's laying down some root.
Wine helps.
Yeah.
But,
no, that's right.
I whine a lot, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I always appreciate when my friend Glenn with 2 N's.
Yeah. It's gonna
sometimes you're naughty, sometimes you're nice.
Soon to be 4. 4 N's.
I always before we close out, I'm asking my musician friends a little bit about sex. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how old were you when you first had sex?
17. 17, I think. Maybe 18.
18.
Right there. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, that's about the time I had first
Wow.
had sex.
Yeah.
But I got married to have. I had to get married. to
Yeah,
have
not
sex.
me. I hit
I was
that real
raised
good. Real good.
Religiously.
You brought it up. Yeah.
So, was it good, bad?
It was.
Were you still in Reading?
It was fleeting. It was in Las Vegas.
Oh, it was in Las Vegas.
And it was actually across the street from the last house that I lived in Las Vegas.
Really?
Right across the street in our friend's house, Gary and Linda Johnson. And I've since been back to that house. I've been up that street many times, and I actually stayed at that house for a week 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and stayed with the mom. Gary's deceased now. The daughter's grown up and lives in Portland, I think. And I was hanging with Gary on a visit back to Las Vegas. We'd only lived in Reading for 4 or 5 years. And I go back to visit and hang out with Gary and Linda. And they had her name was Pam, this girl. And she was.
What did she look like, if you don't mind me asking?
Blonde.
Was
She was blonde.
Okay.
And,
Did the carpet match the drapes?
Yeah. I don't remember. I was so, whoa, I'm doing it. I think it was like that. Yeah.
You know what?
I'm doing it. That's what that is.
So the cork exploded.
Fleeting. Yeah, it was fleeting, and
kind of like a champagne. It just exploded.
Yeah. I christened myself.
Pam.
Yeah.
You christened Pam.
I christened my boat on those waters. Yeah. Wow. It's good. Yeah.
Writing too as well. You're a musician, but you like writing. I think you should kind of lost your calling. I think you should have written books
I
in
don't
your
know.
day. You're very eloquent with words.
Thank you.
You're very
Yeah.
intelligent. I know you're severely ADHD.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. You got that right. Yeah.
Which, Einstein was ADD,
Yeah.
which means you're brilliant. You use more of your brain than the average person.
I think, what did they say?
I think a lot of musicians
Well,
are
of course
ADHD,
we are, yeah.
Especially boys. I think more boys have
Just
it than
gonna
girls.
say 80. I think 80%, Tammy,
boys have
of
it
guys have it, and more
than
so than
girls.
women. Yeah, it's just inherent.
Unless it's undetected.
We just own
with
it.
The
Yeah.
girls, but.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I would just ask you, how are things going? Like, hey, how's it going? What are you guys playing next?
Well, I didn't have
I never. There's all that stuff.
I didn't have time to take a shower today, but yes, we're performing. I actually have a duo here at the Midtown Wine Bar.
Yeah.
It's called Tea and Keys. Tommy
Right.
from Steel Breeze. I'm Tammy Tam Tam. That's Tommy, and we play a little something for everybody.
I love
what I
coming
love
in.
about the duo is we get to do guilty pleasure songs.
Yeah.
And drinking wine with friends at a Midtown Wine Bar, and I love it. You can't smoke cigarettes in here, and I love that. And
Yeah.
and they have really wonderful wines here. The energy is good here. Good energy,
It
like a
is.
good bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And
It's loud. It's fun. It's a fun place.
It is, and
I always
Midtown Wine Bar has come a long way. They've expanded their used to be just that side of the area, and they've expanded this whole area. And I always wish the best for my friends. So
I forgot that they did
Right.
that, and they made this
Yeah.
bigger. I love coming down here.
Yeah.
I come down now and then, and
Yeah.
have come in quite a number of times to
And sing
hang
with
out with my
us,
friend
so.
Tammy,
Yes.
and I always thoroughly enjoy it. It's so much fun. Don't always get to make it in, but when I do,
yeah.
it's fabulous.
Oh.
And they're gracious enough to let me sing.
And you're fabulous
to come
for
up
being
and,
my guest.
let
so
me
thank
come
you
up
so
on
much.
stage. That's saying a lot. So I love that.
And I always like to end the night with namaste.
Namaste
in
to you
honor
too, yeah.
all of,
I love you,
you
Tammy.
and
Your
our
friendship, I
wonderful
value your
wine,
friendship.
And
Both you
thank
guys.
you. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Always.
And thank you again for being my guest. Be safe. Peace out.
Yeah, you too.
To my glass.